need to escape the flood before it's too late. That's it. That's the premise of the game. With the name such as Flood Escape, I think it's pretty damn obvious as to what your objective is. However, I'm not particularly skilled, so I figured I'd just start off the game by going into easy mode, as we've all got to begin somewhere, right? And once we're in this room, I think you can see exactly what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to parkour around all of the map in order to press buttons such as this one and make it into this tunnel alive. And once everyone's either made it in or died, you move on to the next round. But thankfully, in this round, everyone else did all the hard work for me, which meant all I needed to do was to stroll up to the tunnel thing to make it to the next map. But the next one was a little bit confusing, as it was full of buttons, which you had to traverse the tower to attempt to discover which buttons had been pressed and which ones hadn't been in order to survive. But we figured it out, and we're now in the final room, where we just simply spammed buttons until we were out. You see? It's that easy. Hence why it's called easy mode, though that didn't stop me from going in again, because constantly winning inflates my ego to incomprehensible proportion. However, I did get a tad bit confused on this first map until I realised I needed to go underneath this odd platform, and from there it was pretty self-explanatory. However, the next room I needed to work my way up to this rusty beam thing, and oh yeah, instead of just doing simple parkour, you have these chaps who pay to win their games by getting these things that give them like jump boost 9000. But despite that, I was still able to contribute by running into this button to activate it, which made this ladder thing appear, which I realized I'd have to position myself around it cautiously in order to, it's useless. Instead, I'll just parkour around these certain spots, wait for this guy to do it all for me, and then survive. I'll break the code, or attempt to, but once again, just let this guy do everything for me, and there you go, I survived for a second time in a row. So it was at this point I sort of realized that easy might be a little bit, easy. And as such, I upgraded myself to intermediate mode. So after haggling with ROBLOX saying, no, I do not want to spend a $5 on a skip the queue pass, I got into an intermediate game where I nearly fell off right at the end. A big difference between easy and intermediate, well, the only difference in fact, is how fast the water rises. As an intermediate, it rises pretty blimming fast. But next game, after using the heads of my fellow compadres to make it up to this button here, I was now alone and had to, the water was already too high. I cut my losses here. Not intentionally, I just missed the jump. I mean, come on, I was sort of screwed either way. I needed to redeem myself. After all, I had aced the easy modes. Intermediate should only be a slight challenge. Well, of course, it's not going to be a challenge when everyone else risks their necks for you instead of you actually pushing the buttons and doing anything productive yourself. But that changed the next round when I pressed the blue button. No clue what it did though. And now I simply leaped to the end and it was that simple. We were on round 3. We were pretty damn close to completing the intermediate game mode. Now, how would I parkour across this? Oh yeah, through the scaffolding! I got to this point and slapped this button to grab the bridge upwards, and then slapped the button which activated the tunnel's doors. Well, after nearly perishing myself it was. And now, we had to solve the code for this door in time, which we succeeded in doing! I had now conquered both easy and intermediate mode. But of course we need to go again. First map, easy, press 1 button. There you go, all sorted. However, only one other guy seemed to grasp the concept of actually succeeding at a parkour jump, and we used each other's heads to make it on top of here, and oh shoot, he's dead. Once again, it was just me on this map, and I knew I needed to be fast. But I wasn't fast enough to redeem myself on that map. I needed to try again, and pray that that map came up once again, because I want to see if it's actually possible over the next game. However, the next game I entered, I was sort of screwed, as the pay-to-win chaps just zoomed ahead, leaving my poor soul to sit here and die a slow, horrible death. So you know what? If I can't redeem myself in intermediate mode, fine. There's not a chance of going back to easy. So naturally, the only progression I could go from here would be going to hard mode. This one was pretty simple, once again, because everyone just sort of did everything for me, which was nice of them. And this box map, well, I saw an opportunity to press a button, but also figured I might perish if I tried. So I didn't try, and lived to see another day because of it. And I was now on the final round of hard mode. I waited for these lads to... Oh shoot, I fell! But I got back up just in time, because you see how fast the water rose there? Yeah, but the water was rising pretty damn quickly. You know what else was rising? My sub count when you hit the subscribe button. Woo! And with that, we made it into the final room, spammed buttons, and survived. Today we escaped the flood. But you know what is a positive flood? A flood of subscribers, which you can kickstart right now. Woo! Have a good one, chat.